we're talking about today is how to, I guess, achieve what you want and success and all these other things. And part of that is like being comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? So I guess that's part of
Absolutely.
that's a great segue into what we're talking about.
And it's part of being bold, which is like a big thing, of course, of what we're talking about, to be uncomfortable. And
Yeah.
you've been bold for a long time. And I want to start where you're a bold story of yours, the Keanu Reeves story. How about you give us
Oh,
that?
yes,
I
but I'm not going to tell you the whole story again. And, can I tell you
shorten it
how
up.
many? I'm going to be bold and tell you, I'm not saying it again because it's been asked so many times. This is what I would say to people: watch the TED Talk that I did
Yeah.
because it will give you all of it. But to basically give you the Coles Notes version, that was an exceptionally pivotal moment in my life when I was really young. I met Keanu Reeves, or I knew Keanu Reeves was going to be where I in my hometown, which is a small place in Canada,
Winnipeg.
and
It's not
Winnipeg.
that small. I know of
I
Winnipeg. I've been to Winnipeg. So
you
yeah.
know what's so funny, Casper, that you said that because I said that on my talk on the TED Talk. I'm like, I come from a small town, Winnipeg. The amount and this TED Talk, it went viral, right?
Yeah.
So there's thousands and thousands of comments. You wouldn't believe how many people commented about Winnipeg. They're like, by the way, Winnipeg is not small. I live in Winnipeg and it has 700,000, 650,000 people. Or like, how dare you call Winnipeg small?
That's what they
People,
got stuck on.
yeah, they were so
They're
offended.
like, we love Winnipeg.
Yes, they were so offended that I called it a small town, like it was like blasphemy. But anyway, with that being said, I talk all about this thing that happened to me when I was a young girl. I was 17 or 18 years old that really changed the trajectory of how I think. And it involved obviously Keanu Reeves. So a cliffhanger, you're going to watch the TED Talk. But what's so interesting though is in life, right? Like you don't know what you don't know, and you never know where you get with something until you actually try something. And being a Canadian, I really believe that you do miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, like Wayne Gretzky says. And
Yeah.
my platform and my entire message of why I wrote the book and why I talk about this pretty much ad nauseum at this point is that you need to ask for what you want. You need to be bold. You need to curate and design the life that you want for yourself. And if you don't do it for yourself, it's going to be designed for you. Someone else will do it. So you might as well take the initiative. And that was really my overarching message of why. And I believe that to be, by the way, I believe that to be really important for the quality of someone's life, because I think someone's mental health is directly correlated to their day-to-day living, what they're doing, how they're spending their time, who they're spending their time with, what they're doing to spend their time doing it. And if you don't take that, bull by the horn and like I said, allow someone else to do it, automatically the quality of your life and happiness diminishes.
Yeah. And I would go as far as saying, and then your health diminishes too.
Yeah. I
Right?
mean,
Isn't
aren't
that
they
all
correlated?
correlated?
It is. I mean, I think everything is like intertwined, right? Like
Yeah.
people get physically ill by being mentally ill, right? Like
Yeah.
stress also causes tons of different physical ailments, as we all know and talk about. And I think if someone is mentally strong or in the right headspace, it changes their outlook on life, their perspective, their reframe of how they think of things. And a lot of life is your your perception and your perspective and how you go through it. I'll give you a little story. My husband recently broke his neck and his back. Yeah, like crazy. 6 months ago, he flipped over his handlebars going on a
Mm.
mountain bike, going down really fast, and landed on his neck. And most people, almost everybody, the doctors have said, would have either died or been
Mm.
paralyzed. I mean, there's no one that made it out. No one's ever had this particular accident and made it out alive. He basically crushed all his vertebrae. And, similar to what happened to Christopher Reeves, remember
Mm. Yeah.
Superman? But my husband always has had a very happy and very positive outlook on life. Very, always sees the glass half full. Whereas I always joked, not joked all the time, but kind of teased him about having like rose colored glasses, right?
Mhm.
Like no matter what's happening, he'll always flip it. Like he likes everyone. He always finds the good in people, that type of person,
Yeah.
right? So his constitution is already something. So when this accident happened, you know, he basically at this point, like 6 months later, he's pretty much healed.
Hmm.
I mean, it's like literally a miracle. I mean, they said he wouldn't heal for like 2 years, and like
Yeah.
it would be a long thing and an uphill battle, and he wouldn't be doing all these things. All this to tell you that why my husband has been so happy his whole life is that he is one of these people that basically called the shots in his own life. He
Mm.
decided what he's going to do, when he's going to do it, and it changed the trajectory, like basically the trajectory and perspective of how he lives. And I think I've seen this time and time again. Like I think we have a choice. We can choose how we live our lives, what we decide to think about and do, which directly it basically impacts our physical health, our mental health, and everything else in between.